Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all the eyeshadow pans that I've hit this year. I'm going to show them all to you. We're going to go by month, and yeah, you'll see all of my pans. There's quite a lot of them. There's actually more than 20 from the past 6 months. I'm not including anything from July, even though I already have multiple pans, hint hint. But I'm not going to be including that. You will see that at the end of the year, and I'm also not going to be including shades that I completely finished this year because I will wrap it up at the end of the year. So right now it's only going to be pans, and we're going to go chronologically. I will remember hopefully to also put the number of uses it took me to hit a pan on that shade. So while I'm going to be talking about it, and hopefully I'll have pictures as well, I'm going to also put up a number at the bottom of the screen so that you can have an idea of how long it actually took for me to hit a pan. But that's it for the intro. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love panning, I love get ready with me's, filming makeup news, using my collection. I'm kind of doing everything. So if you think that any of this would be of interest to you, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 1K currently, so that would really help me. And now let's just jump right into all these pans. I've started properly making a list of these in April, in April. So February and March, I just know that the pans happen in that month, but I don't know when exactly. I don't know the date. For the other ones, I'm gonna have a specific date written down as well. So first up, for February, we have 3 pans that happened. One is called Idol, and it's from Little Cosmetics. It's their single. I don't know if you will be able to see the pan, but there's a tiny little pan that happened kind of on accident, pretty much. I didn't know that it's gonna happen. But that was our first pan of the year. Then there was the Mayo Makeup the Frog's Tale palette, and I rolled in the shade Fairy Dust for my Pendo's eyeshadow, so the central shade on the top row. And this one was very easy. It's a beautiful inner corner highlight, face highlight as well. It looks beautiful there, and I was really enjoying working on this. So this was in my first Pendo's eyeshadows because I started filming my Pendo's eyeshadows in February. And the last pan for February was from the Salmon 2 palette by Uden's Eye, and it was the shade Meteor, which is this purpley one over here, the shimmer shade, because this palette was my project level up on level 1. So this was the pan that I hit there. Then March, there was only one pan, and that was also from the Salmon palette, and it was the shade Neptune, this one. And this one took forever. I think I might have rolled this one in February, but it took me pretty much like a month and something to hit a pan on this. This was very hard. Then we have April, and I had 5 pans in April. First up was on the 6th of April, and it was the shade Cosmic. Where is the palette? Oh yeah. It was the shade Cosmic from this Mini Charms palette by Beauty Bay, and it's this blue shade in the middle. So I was able to hit a pan on this. Then next up, on the 19th of April, was the shade Allure. I don't actually have it with me because I kind of decluttered it. It's still somewhere lying here because I need to actually get the shades out of my collection, but it's currently decluttered, but I have a picture of it, so I'll put it up on the screen. And it's a shade from the Hello Beam palette by Short Cosmetics. It's just, I don't need this shade, and it was so hard. I used it so many times. I think I used it like 19 times, before hitting the pan, it was so excruciating. And that was also the reason why I decolored it, because I really did not enjoy it. The next one on the 21st was the shade Allure, which is a single from Jesus Christ, which is a single from Little Cosmetics. It's this kind of pinky peachy orange shade. It's a beautiful kind of blushy highlighter, which I used it a lot on my face and also on my lids. And I don't know if this one was Pando's eyeshadows or if it was just something that was no, this one was just one day I decided to use it as a face highlighter, and then boom, there was a pan. So this one was pretty exciting. Then next up, my first pan in the Hella palette from Odense. This is the collaboration with Angelica Nyquist, and it was the shade Double Sided, this beautiful duochrome iridescent shade, which is kind of like peachy pink gold flips. It's so pretty, and it looked like it's gonna get a pan for the longest time. So one day I just used it, and it wasn't in any project, it was just through natural use. And then the last shade from April is actually a single from Terra Moons. They've had for like 2 or 3 years now, maybe. And it's the shade Andromeda from Terra Moons. This one also was kind of unexpected. It just happened one day because I used this shade a lot this year for my BYOPs and my duped palettes. And I'm very happy that I got to use my singles. And it's actually not the only single that we're gonna be talking about in this video. And that makes me very happy that I'm not only using my palettes, but also my singles. So that was Andromeda. Then we have May. And in May, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pans. It was a really good month. So 9 pans in May. First one, oh, I actually don't have the palette here. Let me get it. I completely forgot that this palette has a pan. But the first pan happened on the 4th of May. May the force be with you, right? And it's the shade Slay. This beautiful multi-chrome from the Blend Bunny and Linz palette. So this one is so pretty. It's my favorite shade from this palette, and it actually got rolled in to my Pando's eyeshadows project, which was just such a blessing because I love this shade and I've been just enjoying it so much. Then next up, we have my Liana palette, which is my Pendant palette for this year. It's from Shall We Makeup. It's this little one. And on the 6th of May, I hit a pan on the shade Trap Green, which I've been able to expand since then. So that's this shade. Then on the 12th, I was able to hit a pan on the shade Frosting, this shade over here, in the Cosmic Beauty Delicious Delights palette. This happened through natural use because this palette was my palette crush of the month, so I was trying to use it every single day in some capacity, and I have a pan there. Then we have another single, this time from Mika Beauty Shop. And again, it was in a couple of my BYOPs and duped palettes. So this is Mango Sorbet. It happened on the 17th of May. And there's a nice shiny pen. It's actually quite big. So that's Mango Sorbet. And on the 18th, there were actually 3 pans, and all of these were in my BYOPs for like my kind of spring flower inspired palettes. So first up, we have Star Sign, which is from Terra Moons, and I currently have it in this Legend of Korra palette, but it's this shade right here. It's a beautiful shade. It's kind of bluey, periwinkle, and it has a little bit of green in it as well. So that's called Star Sign by Terra Moons. Then we have another shade from Terra Moons, which is called Charon. This beautiful iridescent shade which has like gold sparkle to it, and I don't know if it shows up on camera, but there's a little tiny pan, and again, I've had this shade for maybe 2.5 years now, so I'm very happy that it actually has a pan. It's a beautiful iridescent shade. And the last pan from that day, I don't know if you will be able to see that because I had to slightly repress it because it was falling apart. But it's the shade Millenario from Makeup Beauty Shop. It's a little bit more of a flaky shade, but I think you can see there's a pan in the center. There's just like a couple of flakes on top of it, but it's a very flaky shade. I don't have much of it left. Like the dip in there is insane. There's just a little teeny tiny layer of this eyeshadow in there, but I love it so much. It's so pretty, and it's such a wonderful spring to summer shade. Definitely recommend trying that one. Then on the 19th of May, it was really good 3 days, by the way, I've had a pan on the shade Amethyst, which is a shade from the Muse palette by Cosmic Beauty. This was in my Pando's eyeshadows. So this is the shade Amethyst. It was very easy to hit a pan on this one because it's more like a squishy jelly shade. Well, not for jelly, but you know, it's squishy. And the last pan from this month is again from the Liana palette by Shall We Makeup, and it's the shade Silvery Snake, this one, because this palette was my project level up in the level 2, so this was my second pan, and it happened on the 22nd of May. And now for the last month, which is the month of June, we have 10 pans from June, which is just insane number. So first up, okay, so the first pan of the month of June happened on the 1st of June, and it was the Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and it was this shade called Eclipse, this kind of deeper purpley gray one. So that was my first pan. Then I had a pan in the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Ice Maiden palette on the 2nd of June, and it happened in the shade Glacial, which is this beautiful holochrome. So this one, so pretty, and it was also kind of unexpected. Then next one is another Makeup Beauty Shop shade, and it's called Enigma, which is this one's kind of like a periwinkle, gold, pink, green. Like, it's such a beautiful shade. It's one of my favorites from Mika, and I think you can see the pan hopefully. So that happened on the 5th of June. Again, such a pretty palette, such a pretty shade. Then on the 11th of June we had 2 pans. So one is from the Salmon 2 palette by Uden's Eye, and it's the shade Starry Sky, this one. So that's the first pan, and this one was kind of easy. And the next one, which currently is repressed, but it was this shade called Pluto. I had to repress it because I have so little product of it that if I were to use it, all of it would fall out. So I just needed to repress it again, and now it's just like a paper thin layer of eyeshadow, but it was this shade, and that one's gonna be really easy to use up. Then on the 19th of June, we're staying with this palette, and we had a pan on the shade Aurora, and as you can see, I've been able to expand it a lot since then. So that one was very exciting for me. Then we have my What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette, and I was able to hit a pan on the shade Fierce, which is this yellow one right here. So that yellow shimmer. That was my pan on the 22nd, and then on the 27th of June I had 2 new pans in this palette as well, and it's the shade Myth, which is this one, and the shade Magic, which is this one. This was my level 3 palette for the project level up, so I was able to hit the 3 pans within the span of like week and a bit, I think. yeah, within the span of a week. And then we're going back to the Mio Makeup palette and the Frog's Tale palette for the last pen of this collection, which happened on the 26th of June, and it's the shade Fog, this beautiful matte blue. And this is our last pen of this video. So in total it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 28, if I'm counting correctly. So 28 pans in the first half of the year. I wasn't really panning in like January, and then February was kind of more like unexpected pans. It wasn't something I was really like working on until the like end of February. So yeah, we have kind of like the first month and a half was not really focusing on any panning, and yet we still have 28 pans in the first 6 months. I hope it's gonna continue in the same vein, and we're gonna get to like maybe like 55 to 60 pans at the end of the year. I'm also trying to use up a lot of the shades, and I do have already a couple shades that are used up from my collection, which is just incredible. So I hope that will also get to a really nice number at the end of the year. But if you want to see all the shades I've used up, you can check my eyeshadow bank updates, because I always mention it there. So if you don't want to wait to the end of the year, you can just get that information out there. And in case you're interested about this look, I filmed my palette bingo with all my Cosmic Beauty palettes, and it should be already up on my channel, so I will link it in the card and down below. And if it isn't available, then definitely subscribe so that you get notified when I post it. Let me know how many pens you've been able to hit so far this year, and if you are part of any like project pen or like any panning project, it doesn't have to be Pendos eyeshadows or Pendos palettes, but any projects that you know of that you like to participate in, let me know down below, because I would love to get more versed in all of the projects. I would love to start some more maybe next year. I'm still kind of like dabbing my toes, and I'm still kind of like testing the waters here, but I think I want to add a couple more projects for the next year. So definitely leave your suggestions down below, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another one. So have a great day. Bye.